So Terence Crawford just did the unthinkable. He just beat Canelo Alvarez. I thought 8 rounds to 4. It could have even been wider than that. By unanimous decision, beat Canelo at his own game on the inside, outside. In every category, he was just the all-around better fighter. And look, I know leading up to this fight, and I'm getting a lot of shit for it on TikTok and all my other socials, because I thought Canelo was going to win by stoppage. I said round 10 TKO. And what really surprised me was 2 things. One being how quick Crawford was. Canelo would throw a shot, and before he would even get the full extension on it or come close to landing it, Crawford would already land his counterpunch. And this is what I think made Canelo very hesitant throughout the fight, because this is the second thing that caught my surprise. How intimidated Canelo was by Crawford. I thought Crawford, being the smaller guy, he wouldn't possess much power. Same with speed. I thought he would slow down over time just because of how aggressive Canelo is. I didn't know how Crawford's legs would hold up having to carry this new weight that at 38 years old his body is not used to. Like, it just isn't. But Crawford proved me wrong there. His conditioning was phenomenal. He was actually in better shape than Canelo. By the end of the fight, I think Canelo was more gassed than Crawford. And it had everything to do with the output of Terence. Those 5 to 6 punch combinations compared to Canelo's 1, he just wouldn't follow up. It would be the repetitiveness with the left hook to the liver and the right hand over the top. I saw like 1 6-punch combination from Canelo last night, and hardly any of them landed. Even when both guys would slug it out on the inside, you'd see Crawford throw about 6 to 8 punches, and Canelo would respond with like 2 body shots. It's kind of like with Usyk and how he's able to beat guys like Fury, Joshua, Dubois with volume, movement, because they're so big, like 270 plus pounds, that they can't produce the level of volume that he can at 220. The only difference I would say when it comes to Crawford and Canelo is Crawford came up to Canelo's weight. He went up 30 pounds. That's why I was so concerned. Like, will he have the same amount of output as he did at 154, even 147? I didn't think so. But Canelo, he's a natural super middleweight. 168 is his realm. The fact that Crawford was able to produce more volume than him, that's what kind of boggled me, because, like, why is Canelo letting him get his shots off? When Crawford's the one that went up in weight, he should be slower. Canelo should be capitalizing on that and pushing the pace on him. And a lot of it has to do with Canelo's fighting style, how he sits down on every single punch, putting his all into each individual shot. You could see at points Canelo got so frustrated it looked as though he almost gave up. Put his hands down, wasn't defending himself in the later rounds. So at the start of the fight, you could see Crawford looking to the lead hand, managed the distance between the two. He had a 5-inch reach advantage going into this fight, so made it very hard for Canelo to get on the inside. You could see him leaping in with hooks, and you know, he paid a price for it. Nice work to the body by Crawford. Canelo, I think, did well going downstairs. I think the game plan was to try to work the body early, maybe zap some energy from Crawford. I think Canelo really underestimated how well Crawford's conditioning would be, or how good his chin would be going up 3 weight classes. Canelo is a hard puncher at 168. I didn't know how Crawford's chin would be able to hold up, but he was able to withstand a lot of these shots. His defense was also on point, though. And yeah, this inside work. I don't think anyone expected Crawford to go toe-to-toe with him like this, and have this much success. This is where I actually thought Crawford would be left vulnerable to get caught. Just a slapping hook. Crawford's movement made it very hard for Canelo to land anything super accurate. Like, that was a nice straight right. And you can see somewhat of a reaction from Crawford, backing up a little bit. Nice counter left hand by Crawford. And you could see Canelo dropping the hands. He's getting frustrated. When you keep missing like that, especially knowing that Canelo puts everything into every shot, he's got to be zapping a lot of his energy. So yeah, I am never doubting Terence Crawford again. He just beat one of the greatest of this generation. He should probably retire. I don't know what else there is to achieve. People talking about him fighting Boots Ennis or Benavidez I saw being thrown around. I feel like us asking more of him is just like disrespectful. Like, oh, well, what about this guy? Dude, he just beat fucking Canelo. Like, let him chill. Been seeing a lot of comparisons of him and Floyd, and I'll tell you this, right? Because obviously both of them beat Canelo, but at different points in Canelo's career. I think Canelo, and I think everyone will agree, is far more proven now than he was when he fought Floyd. I don't even think Canelo was a world champion when he fought Mayweather. He was 21 years old, very young. He's a lot more experienced now. So yeah, especially since Crawford went up to his weight, Floyd would have never done that. Floyd looked at himself as the A side under any circumstance. He held all the cards. As far as where Canelo goes, as much as I wouldn't want to see this again, because I think it just goes the same way, probably even worse in Crawford's favor, I think Canelo will want to run it back. I would assume there was a rematch clause in place in case Canelo lost, him being the champ and all. And you know, there was a Jake Paul fight on the table before, which Canelo did accept, but Turkey would have pulled the Crawford fight, which means he would have lost millions of dollars. But he did accept it, and I wouldn't doubt he'd accept it again. I don't know the longevity between him and Turkey's relationship, especially now, but for the right amount of money, 100%. And I might get shit for saying this, Jake Paul has a good-ass chance to win that fight. I think that's a competitive bout. And you could call me crazy, you could say I'm full of shit, and it go down the whole list. Canelo even said after the Bivol fight, Bivol's physical size at light heavyweight contributed to Canelo's inability to maintain his offense in the later rounds. He admitted his gas tank was shit at 175. In the contract for the Jake fight, he was gonna weigh 185. That was the guaranteed weight limit. He would have been fat, out of shape. Canelo, when he fought William Skull, that was supposed to be Jake. That was supposed to be him versus Jake. Tell me, what the fuck happened in that fight? I think he should retire. I think 3 strikes, you're out. Yeah, I just think there comes a point where you start to notice a decline in fighters, and it's been very notable with Canelo in the last couple years. Yeah, ever since he lost to Bivol. I don't know what happened to him, but dude went the distance with Berlanga. Okay? I don't care that he knocked him down. He won all 12 rounds with Berlanga and let him hit him. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.